Hi, welcome to Stoichiometry, Chemistry, Mass to Mass Problems. This was for Advanced Physical Science 4.5a. Chemical stoichiometry is the study of quantities of materials consumed by and produced in chemical reactions. And you may have heard of a mass spectrometer. Well, mass spectrometry... You may have heard of a mass spectrometer. Mass spectrometry is the literal breakdown of a heat vaporized sample of a substance. That heat vaporization breaks the ions apart, and you can actually figure out what a compound is by running it through a mass spectrometer. I've actually put an Edpuzzle video out there for my class to look at. I'll put a link in the description to that other video. So remember what a mole is. Remember, carbon atoms have exactly, 12.01 grams of pure carbon-12. 12 protons, 12 neutrons, remember that? And 1 mole consists of 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd units of that substance. So 1 mole of carbon is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of carbon, which are 12.01 grams of carbon. So in order to problem solve, you have to balance a chemical equation, sometimes even write one, that is, identify those coefficients, the mole ratios. Always start with what you are given. Identify the part of the problem in the equation that is being used. Look for where you're going. Identify the part of the problem, the part of the equation that is your final goal. And then you're going to make a plan of how to get there. We will always use mole ratios and molar masses. So consider the following problem. Consider the following problem. P4 plus O2 makes P2O5. Step 1, balance your equation. Find that 1 P4 plus 5 O2 makes 2 P2O5. So here you're given a problem. If 6.25 grams of phosphorus is burned, what mass of oxygen does it combine with? Set up the problem. This is going to involve what you're given, molar masses, molar ratios, molar masses, and finally you get to solve it. So here's this problem. You start with what you're given, 6.25 grams of P4. We need to convert the grams to moles, the moles to moles, and the moles back to grams. But notice the substance changed right here. Then you go back in and fill in what those values are. So the molar mass of P4 is 123.88 grams per mole. The mole ratio of P4 to O2 is 1 mole to 5 moles. And then the molar mass of O2 is 31.98 grams per mole. To solve the dimensional analysis problem, you multiply across the top and divide across the bottom, and you get 8.067 grams of O2. Let's look at another one, a combustion reaction. Here you're given the word equation. Methane reacts with oxygen in the air to produce carbon dioxide and water. So you have to write and balance the equation. Writing the equation is pretty easy. Methane is CH4 plus O2 makes CO2 plus H2O. Balance it. Again, use any method you want to, and you get 1 to 2 to 1 to 2, the mole ratios. So what if you're given that equation and then this problem? 700 grams of H2 here at the end are produced. What mass of methane, notice it is the mass of methane, was needed to react? So set up the problem using a table. Easiest way. 700 grams of H2O. Again, grams of H2O to moles of H2O. Moles of H2O to moles of CH4. Moles of CH4 to grams of CH4. Fill in their corresponding values. The molar mass of H2O is 18.01 grams per mole. The mole ratio from the balanced chemical equation is 2 moles of H2O to 1 mole of CH4. The molar mass of CH4 is 16.05 grams per mole of CH4. Everything's going to cancel except the grams, the mass of methane, which is what we want. Multiply across the top and divide across the bottom. We end with 311.91 grams of CH4. Thanks for watching.